Today, man, I'm tired. Yeah. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. What have I got for you? I've got a little bit of Kaukapakapa brew footage. I busted one of those out in the holidays, used about 6 kilos of grain. Knocked it back. I was obviously a Kaukapakapa around about 8% ABV. And I knocked that down to, ended up with 1064, so I'm hoping it'll come out sort of around about the mid 6%, so it's not going to be too much of an ass kicker, because really I just want something that's a bit like a lager, but it's kind of juicy, refreshing, and yeah, a little bit of fruit in it. So I hope that turns out alright. I'll do a gravity sample at some point, and pitched on top of that Southern German lager yeast, and that was cranking. That yeast starter I made was just amazing. It just went off within, I don't know, probably about 4 hours, and blew off through the blow off tube, so it's been going well. So yeah, here's some Kaukapakapa footage. Thanks for tuning in. One thing I was thinking of is I'm up to 90 subscribers, which is awesome. So I haven't really advertised, so I've just relied on a bit of goodwill from some of my subscribers. So if I get to 100, I think there'll be a little prize. So I'm still trying to work out what that will be. Maybe a mug. I've seen those awesome Clement's homebrew mugs. Might do my own one. Maybe a t-shirt, maybe some stickers. It really depends on what I can be asked doing. But yeah, I might give away a couple of prizes to some of you random guys once I've got to 100 subscribers. So thanks for tuning in, and really appreciate it. Here's some brew footage, and I'll catch you next Wednesday. Brew day, we're going to be doing a Kaukapakapa, probably aim for about the 7% range, and yeah, it was meant to be an early brew day. I got everything ready the night before, and the kids slept in, so that was a bonus, so that's great. I slept in until 8:30. Anyway, water's on, ready for mash, so I'll just show you the grains. We've got nearly 6 kilo of all sorts of bits and pieces, but mainly red malt, so let's get mashing. Too early for a beer, so it'll have to be some sort of flat white there. What I have done is I've preheated the mash tun by just putting a little bit of warmer water in the bottom of it. And yeah, we'll see if we can hit our numbers. We are on mid-70s. Slightly lower than I wanted going in, but I think the grains, I pre-milled them last night, so, and they were sitting on top of the keezer, so I think they were a little bit colder. Anyway, we're definitely in the range, so yeah, I better start reheating up the HLT, and we're going to aim for medium, I think, probably about 67, 66, something like that. A live pH testing of the Kaukapakapa. What do you got there? 5.2. Awesome. So I recalibrated this one just in case. So yeah, on the money, 5.2. Reinheitsgebot or whatever. German purity law. Didn't put any 5.2 stabilizer in there, so for the sake of spending a few extra bucks on some acid malt, you too can have a good pH if you're not doing it already. Awesome. So as you can see there, beautiful coppery reddy colour. There's not too many dark grains in there, but mainly some red type grains, which has given us that colour. Yeah, nice colour. But as I've been doing last few brews, I will be dumping a load of, in this case it's Carafa Special 3, and that'll go on top of the grain bed at sparge time, and that should give us a way darker red, just accentuate that, and that should give us our bock colour. That's the plan anyway. It's nice being able to tweak the colour at the end rather than a sort of cross the fingers and wait and see type scenario. So I actually needed the jug, so well, I was transferring some of the hoses over. So anyway, what I did is I thought I'd catch some of that hot water and made up a bit of a
bit of a coffee, and that's been steeping for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to dump that all over the mash bed, grain bed, and get that colour out that we need for the Schwartz beer. Yeah, it's a beautiful coffee colour with the red in there. So that is the Carafa 3. There's the coffee brew, and I'm going to unceremoniously dump that on top. And hopefully within a few minutes we should get a more of a red, rich, ruby red, deep red, whatever you call it, Doppelbock. Just doing a continuous sparge there, so I've adjusted both of the ball valves on the pumps. I have seen somewhere, I think someone had basically a protractor under here so you could work out the amount of degrees, because there's a lot of faffing about trying to tune those two to the same position. Well, they might invariably be different. It'd be good to know for each time, so that we can get the levels of water on top of the grain bed and the water inside the kettle the same. So yeah, that might be something I might have a go with, is making a little protractor / angle finder to set those valves. A bit of a short supply of the Hallertau that I wanted. Anyway, I've gone for Brewer's Gold as per the recommendation at my local homebrew supply store, and these are suitable for, it says, heavy German lagers, even though they are from the UK. So yeah, I'll give those a jam, and pretty simple. We've got 20 grams and we've got 30 grams. Yep, 30 grams, so half a packet used, 20 at 60, and then the 30 at 15 minutes. So I'm just going to chuck another 10 grams in of our Brewer's Gold. Figure I may as well push the IBUs up to 30 and get a bit more aroma. Not that I can smell it at the moment, but anyway, that's another story. So I've dropped our wort down to 20 or so degrees, and I've been experimenting with whirlpooling for a lot longer after I've reached my pitching temp. And you can see, yeah, decent whirlpool, and I've achieved that by just running the elbow on the hose back around the side walls of the pot. And one of the next investments I'll probably make in the future will be a whirlpool arm, a decent one, because yeah, so far I've been finding decent hot cones at the bottom of my brews thanks to whirlpooling, and I've been doing that recently a lot longer after reaching pitching temp, so we'll see how it goes. So I've made a yeast starter. I'm reusing a second bottle I saved of the Trube from my first Schwartz beer, and I'm using that Southern German lager yeast from White Labs. I'm just going to wait for that wort to settle out a bit, and yeah, I'll pitch that again. The last lot I did fermented well, so yeah, we're reusing yeast, and at about 17-18 bucks a pop, it's kind of worth reusing, especially if you get 3 beers out of it. Makes it worthwhile buying those specialty yeasts.